What if I told you that one single potato sitting in your kitchen right now could feed your family for months without you ever buying seed potatoes again? Stick with me for the next few minutes because I'm about to show you the exact method that turns one humble spud into an endless harvest. And trust me, the third trick I share today is the one almost nobody talks about. And it changes everything. If you're new here, welcome to Green Profit Lab, where we turn small backyard efforts into big, rewarding harvests. And today's potato method might just be the easiest win you'll get all season. Let's start with the basics, because understanding why this works is just as important as doing it. Potatoes aren't grown from seeds like tomatoes or peppers. Instead, they grow from other potatoes, specifically from little sprouting eyes on the surface of the tuber. That means the potato sitting in your pantry. It's the one that's already started sprouting those little white or purple nubs. It's basically begging to become next season's harvest. Most people throw these away thinking they've gone bad, but that sprouting potato is actually a gold mine. And here's the twist that surprises almost everyone watching this. You don't even need a full potato to start. You can cut it into pieces, and each piece, with at least one healthy eye, can become its own independent plant. But before you grab a knife, there's a specific way to do this that determines whether you get a thriving plant or a rotted mess. And I'll walk you through that in just a moment. First, let's talk about selecting the right potato. Because not every potato you find at the grocery store is going to work well. Many store-bought potatoes are treated with a sprout inhibitor, which is exactly what it sounds like, a chemical that stops them from growing. This is great for keeping potatoes fresh on the shelf, but terrible if you're trying to grow your own. So your best bet is to use organic potatoes, or better yet, get certified seed potatoes from a garden center or online supplier. These are specifically grown to be replanted and are free of the diseases that can sometimes hide in grocery store produce. Once you have your potatoes, look for ones that are firm, free of soft spots, and already showing small eyes or sprouts starting to form. Now, here's where the real magic begins. And this is the part that keeps this channel's community coming back season after season. Take your potato and cut it into chunks, making sure each chunk has at least 2 or 3 eyes on it. Don't rush this step. After cutting, you need to let the pieces sit out at room temperature for about 2 to 3 days. This allows the cut surface to callus over, forming a protective layer that prevents rot once it's in the soil. Skip this step, and you risk your potato pieces turning to mush underground before they ever get the chance to sprout. I know it's tempting to just toss them in the dirt right away, but this small pause is the difference between a thriving potato patch and a disappointing empty bed. While we're on the topic of patience, let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered why some gardeners seem to get an endless supply of potatoes from just a few plants, while others struggle to get even a handful? The answer lies in a technique called hilling, and it's coming up in just a bit. So keep watching, because this is honestly the secret that turns one planting into months of continuous harvest. Before we get there, let's talk soil and planting, because potatoes are surprisingly forgiving, but they do have preferences. They love loose, well-draining soil that's slightly acidic. If your soil is heavy clay, mix in some compost or aged manure to loosen things up. Dig a trench about 6 to 8 inches deep and place your potato pieces cut side down, facing up, spaced about 12 inches apart. Cover them with just a few inches of soil at first, not the entire trench depth. This is intentional, and it ties directly into that hilling technique I mentioned. Now, quick pause here. Because if this method is making sense to you, and you're starting to picture your own backyard potato patch, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button right now. Green Profit Lab is all about helping you grow more food with less effort and less money spent at the store. We've got dozens of these money-saving garden hacks waiting for you. Subscribing means you won't miss the next video. And it genuinely helps this channel keep growing so we can keep bringing you these kinds of practical, tested methods. Alright, back to hilling. Because this is truly the technique that unlocks months of harvest instead of just a single crop. As your potato plants grow and reach about 6 inches tall, you're going to mound soil up around the base of the stems, covering about half the plant. Why does this matter so much? Because potatoes actually form along the buried stem, not just at the roots. Every time you hill up more soil, You're creating more space underground for additional potatoes to develop. You'll repeat this process every couple of weeks as the plant continues growing taller, essentially stacking layer after layer of potential potatoes beneath the surface. Some gardeners even grow potatoes in tall containers or grow bags specifically because it makes this hilling process even easier. And it also makes harvesting incredibly simple later on. Here's something else that might surprise you. You don't have to wait until the very end of the season to start enjoying your harvest. Once the plants flower, you can gently dig around the edges and pull out small, tender new potatoes while leaving the rest of the plant undisturbed to keep producing. This is what people mean when they say you can harvest 4 months from a single planting. You're not digging up the whole plant at once. You're selectively harvesting as you go, allowing the remaining tubers to keep growing bigger and more numerous over time. Now, let's talk about something most tutorials skip entirely. And it's honestly one of the biggest reasons people fail at getting a continuous harvest. Watering consistency matters enormously. Potatoes need about 1 to 2 inches of water per week, but irregular watering, like letting the soil dry out completely and then flooding it, causes the tubers to crack or grow strangely shaped. Consistent, even moisture, is what gives you those smooth, perfect potatoes you see in the store. Mulching around your plants with straw or dried leaves helps retain that moisture while also suppressing weeds, giving your potatoes one less thing to compete with as harvest time approaches. You'll notice the plant's foliage starting to yellow and die back naturally. This is your cue that the potatoes underground have matured and are ready for a full harvest. But don't rush to pull everything out immediately. Letting the potatoes sit in the ground for about 2 weeks after the foliage dies back allows their skins to toughen up, which dramatically improves how long they'll store afterward. And here's the part that ties this whole method together beautifully. When you finally do the full harvest, set aside your smallest, healthiest potatoes, not to eat, but to replant. This is how the cycle continues indefinitely, season after season, without ever needing to buy new seed potatoes again. If this video helped you see potato growing in a completely new light, do us a favor and drop a comment below telling us whether you're planting your first potato patch this season or you're a seasoned grower adding hilling to your routine. We read every single comment, and it genuinely helps guide what we cover next. And if you know someone who's been wanting to start a garden but feels intimidated, share this video with them, because this method truly is one of the easiest ways to get started. Thanks for spending this time with Green Profit Lab, and I'll see you in the next one, where we'll be